So some new updates with the Fast and Furious coaster from the City Walk view is the spike has finally got its final piece up, and that thing is going to be absolutely insane. So I want to say the overall height for the highest point, which is the spike, is 170 something feet, which is 17 stories tall. And then they added more pieces over on this side as well. So that little up in part, like right here, that's new. Over here is kind of new as well since the last time we've been here. But once we get inside of the park, we'll show you more construction and everything from the different views that we can get, because this coaster is getting put up very, very fast. And honestly, I feel like it should be done kind of close towards the end of the year, or at least the tracking by itself should be done at least towards like Horror Nights. So we have more construction walls that have went up in front of the arches, because just like the buildings in the background, they are going to paint this white, and rumor is they're changing the Universal logo up at the top to the one from Hollywood, so it matches all of the Halloween Horror Nights shirts that are getting put out. Alright guys, so it is official. The Halloween Horror Nights sign for the LED sign is up and ready in the front, along with two pillars right across from each side. So my guess is Oddfellow's going to be on one and Jack the Clown's going to be on the other, welcoming guests into the event this year. And then if we turn around over here, you have our speaker systems that are going to be used for the opening ceremonies, along with the trusses and everything. So let's head in. And so I want to say that there is more construction going on inside the park for all of the scare zones and stuff. I want to say that Clown Town, which is announced, which I will give the rundown and stuff when we get over there, but we're going to head over towards the Hollywood section, which is the Sydney Scare Zone, which is the daughter of the caretaker, because they have put out a bunch of stuff over there. And yeah, let's go check it out. Alright, so first thing we're coming up to is this one massive set piece for the entry of the Hollywood Scare Zone. And it seems to be a circus theme. So if you're noticing, a lot of the stuff over here is going to be circus themed this year because of Dr. Oddfellow and Jack the Clown. But here's our first set piece. So you have the massive clown face at the top with the finger and everything, and then the Thrills This Way sign over at the bottom here. And then we keep walking around over on this side. We have like an old circus trash can and everything with some trash inside. And then the same trash is going to make up good old different designs around the top as well. And then another piece that got put up is this set over here, which, if you know anything about carnivals, this right here is a piece from the Zipper Ride, along with a bunch of decaying looks. So it looks like you're going to be going through like a mirror maze kind of set right here. And they have the infamous hammer game and all kinds of stuff. So this is one set piece that somebody's going to stand up on and scare people. And then of course the Pardon Our Dust getting ready for Halloween Horror Nights 8-frame sign on here as well. Another piece. So this one over here is going to be another slide that people are going to stand up on. And this one's going to have like a bumper cart sign with some other areas and stuff. And then if you go up, it's got some more carnival ride design and some advertisements for like a sideshow that's going on here as well. Next one. The iconic double-headed swan for the Love Ride and a J. Wonder what this J stands for. My guess, Jack the Clown. So because we keep going up, and I know you see the legs, so boom, at the top we have a clown along with a jester and some more circus themed stuff at the top as well. But yeah, so we have this one as well. So that is the third one that we have. And then if we turn around and walk about 5 steps the opposite direction, we have another one. And this one has the infamous zombie head that everyone is talking about at the top, a carousel, a mermaid tail going into a massive barrel. So my guess that there's going to be some kind of water effect over here. Fishman, and yeah, just great design. And I'm like so excited to see the more stuff that's getting put in, because Halloween Horror Nights season has started, and there's just going to be so much more stuff that's getting put out on display for these scare zones, and I am beyond stoked and excited to see what they have. So this week, announcements, we have Halloween Horror Nights has released Evil Dead Burn, and then on the other side, so that is going to be a haunted house. On the other side is our first IP scare zone of the year, which is Fort Nightmares. Not exactly sure how I feel about this one, but it has potential to be either really good or really bad. But I'm going to head inside and show you guys the merchandise for the event. Sorry. So first things first, we have the Halloween Horror Nights Fort Nightmare shirt. So it's got the Headless Horseman character along with the skeleton character and like a zombie bear. And then it's got like the little storm and stuff in the background as well. And it glows in the dark, which I will post a picture up right now. Of how it looks with the glow in the dark effect. But yeah, I actually kind of like the design because it has the arches and everything in it. And it's super simple and plain, and it's not super flashy like some of the other designs. And then they have the acrylic pieces for the carnival set with all the different characters on it, along with some chrome stickers as well. But here is all the different characters. So you got Stranger Things, Hellraiser, you have Oddfellow and Jack, the Fortnite characters here, Sinners, and then Evil Dead Burn as well. So I think we're missing one more so far to complete the set. For Evil Dead Burn's merchandise, we have the hat that says Evil Dead Burn embroidered, and then on the side has the pin that killed the woman inside the movie, and then the shirt has the pin, but it's in like that sticky design as well, and it says Evil Dead Burn on the front. And is there anything on the back? Nothing on the back, so just the pin that says Evil Dead Burn on the front, and that is going to run you $30. And then I'm guessing the Fortnite shirt is also $30 as well.
So unfortunately, the next couple of clips aren't going to have audio for some reason. But what I was saying is we are now entering the Fortnite scare zone. And as you can see, there's a couple trusses with some speakers and lights in it. And then there's a small stage as soon as you enter. My guess is there's going to be a scare actor welcome you into the scare zone. If you see, there's some blue fans and stuff, which I'm guessing they're going to try to implement like a storm effect, which if you played the game Fortnite, you know that the storm is a big part of the game. So I think that is going to be a really cool idea. Walking a little bit further down, we are going to get another truss with some lights and speakers on it. And then walking over towards the trees, you're going to notice these small white LED strips that go all the way up the trees. And my guess is those are going to try to resemble lightning bolts. Like I said again, with the storm and everything, the lightning bolts would make sense. And the only way I think that would work would be those LED lights like flashing or doing some kind of thing to increment that there is lightning inside the storm. And every single tree does have these white LED strips that are going up along every single branch. So my guess is they're going to try to make those look like lightning to really make you feel like you are in the storm of the game Fortnite. And then walking down more, I'm showing you all that the trees have all these LED strips going through them, and there's more trusses with some speakers and stuff on either side. So you had one that was on your right, another one on your left, and then walking down we have this shed, which is our first prop of the Fortnite scare zone. And it looks like just to be a regular shed with some brick wall on it, and then you flip to the other side and you see this orange little tentacle thing. And then we have this big stage and like platform area, and my guess is they're going to try to make this the battle bus, since the battle bus is a big part of the game as well, where at the beginning of every game you jump out of the battle bus into the map, and that's how you start the game. So they're going to try to somehow make that the battle bus. And then right now I'm showing you another truss with more lights pointing over towards it, and then another truss with the lights also pointing towards that stage as well. And that, once again, this is most likely going to be the battle bus, and I'm really hoping that happens. So we are in front of the exit for Fast and Furious, and they have truss and the DJ stage for the Hollywood Horror, well, not Hollywood Horror, wow,
club horror area for Halloween Horror Nights. So it's possibly gonna look exactly like the one from last year, my guess. They're gonna have a beer cart over here, and then the dancers on these like little 4 square stages, and then of course the DJ is gonna be up on this big stage. All right, so we're walking over towards New York right now because this is the downtown Clown Town Scare Zone, which is just announced to have Killer Clowns in Outer Space and Art the Clown returning to be inside the Scare Zone. And the chances are, pun intended, Chance is coming, which is, if you don't know Chance, that is Jack the Clown's right-hand gal, and she is a very iconic icon to the parks as well. But first things first, we have this set piece, which says downtown, and then I'm guessing the arrow is going to say Clown Town as well. And my guess with Art the Clown, the covering up is probably going to be intestines that say Clown Town or something gory, because usually coverings mean gore. But heading down, there is more. So walking over towards Sting Alley, as you can see, there's a little blue, looks like circus cart, and it says Grand Carnival, Dr. Oddfellow. If you don't know who Dr. Oddfellow is, Dr. Oddfellow is the ringleader that used to be in Jack the Clown's carnival, and he is also one of the major icons for the year. So he might be popping up around here, walking around the Scare Zone as well. So yeah, this is over towards Sting Alley, and then I think there's more down, but I'll show you once we get over there. All right, so in New York, over by the Jimmy Fallon ride, they have a huge stage that they put up that is looking like it is decaying. So you have all these little pillars and stuff that look decayed, along with a stage is also looking like it's decaying. So this is also going to be for the downtown Clown Town Scare Zone. So my guess is the Killer Clowns or Art the Clown is going to have some kind of show up here, and they'll be interacting with the guests or interacting with different characters and everything. So yeah, really stoked for how this one turns out, and I'm excited to see what it looks like. And then, if you know anything about Halloween Horror Nights, you know that they always do a tribute store. And the tribute store this year is back in Hollywood, and I am beyond excited because there's a facade right now and it looks so sick. So look at this facade, people. We haven't had a facade that has looked like this. Keep going. You got another one? Perfect. So we got a facade back in front of New York's tribute store where the extended queue for the Mummy is, and I am beyond excited. You have like a little ticket booth here, and then there's a stage over on this side as well. That's gonna look great. And then
we got fences, we got barricades, we got wood. We ain't got
tons
no
of wood.
bodies yet.
Not yet. Soon. And then we're gonna head back to see the show building for Fast and Furious, because I heard that there's a bunch of new construction that is going on back here. So let's see what we can see. All right, so we have the loading dock is almost done. They just put a roof and a back wall on it. And then if you can see, there's some track going behind it. So that I think that the track for this is gonna be pretty long. I am extremely excited to see how this turns out, and I think it's gonna look really sick. But you can also see that they're closing off the hole that was in the firehouse from Ghostbusters. So I think they're going to be closed off by that, and it should all be done by, I want to say Halloween Horror Nights, because construction is moving very, very fast for this ride.